it big. For me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to this Louie T Network exclusive call to action for the LTN exclusives for the 2024-2025 NFL season. A lot of you have already jumped on the early sign up. You guys have been really diligent this year, but there's still a lot of you who plan to participate who have not signed up, who have not filled out the registration, who have not paid your registration fee to lock yourself in. We're getting close, right? Next week is the end of August. So before you know it, we'll be talking about the start of the NFL season. And remember, Labor Day is very early this year, okay? So you don't have a lot of time once we get into September. I think last year, Labor Day was a little bit further back, so there was more time. I think the first game of the season wasn't until like the 8th of September last year. I think the first game of the season this year is September 4th. So again, don't allow that. And look, I bitch and I complain, but I'm going to do it anyway. But please don't wait till the last minute. That's more work for me. You guys do this every year where you wait to the very last. Hey, when is the last day for signups? Don't ask me when the last day for signups is. Just sign up. Just pay your money, right? Don't wait until the last day and then, hit me up. Hey, is it too late? Just go ahead and if you're going to play, jump in. And what I don't want to hear is that once you show up for one of the kickback sessions when we're talking shit to each other, having fun, man, I should have signed up. I should have got in this joint. I'm going to get in there next year. I don't want to hear that shit either. Okay. So again, this is your opportunity to get in the game and be a part of the action. It's a lot of fun. And all that you need is in the description of this video. It's also pinned on my X. It's pinned to the top of my X homepage. So you've got multiple places to find all the information that you need, all the links that you need. First things first, fill out the registration. Second thing is pay your registration fee. All right, 2 ways to do it. You have PayPal and you have CashApp. Remember, the Soul Survivor pool is $20 registration fee. Winners and losers, $25. Next year, I'm going to go up on those fees too, especially for winners and losers. There's a lot of work that's involved in that. So I'm probably going to go up on the prices next year. But this year, like the last few years, $25 for winners and losers, $20 for the Soul Survivor pool. So those are your registration and entry fees for those two. Next week, after we've gotten through the entire preseason, so, the last slate of preseason games is this upcoming week, starts on Thursday. And then Sunday is the last preseason game. And then after the preseason comes to a close, teams have to cut their rosters down to 53 on Tuesday, August 27th by 4 o'clock. At that point, I will then open up the portal for the weekly pick'em pool so that you can start submitting picks. I will open up the portal for the Soul Survivor pool so you can enter in your week 1 selection, and I will open up the portal for the winners and losers selection. So if you want to make your selections this early in the game, please feel free, knock yourself out. I would advise that you wait just to make sure everybody's healthy, know what you're getting yourself into before you start making early decisions on who's going to win in week 1. But to each its own. I'm just going to do my part and open up the portals next week. So be on the lookout. On the 27th of August, which is next Tuesday, the portals will officially be open. The weekly pick'em pool will be officially open. The portal for your survivor pool pick will be open for week 1, and the portal for winners and losers will be open. And I will start to put the names in of the people who have already registered, paid their registration fee, and are locked in. And so if you don't see, and then you'll have access to that. So if you don't see your name on the master sheet, hit me up. Okay. If you know you've paid your registration fee, you've registered and you've done everything that you need to do, and you received the confirmation email from me. All right. Then you should see your name on the master sheet. And if you don't, you need to hit me up so we can go ahead and get that situation rectified. Um, if you've already paid and you've registered and you haven't received a confirmation email from me, hit me up. Make sure you check your spam. Sometimes they go in there. Normally they don't, but sometimes we get flagged for spam and you don't get it in your regular inbox. So check that as well. But everyone that has signed up and paid their registration fee. So remember, you have to do both. Don't just pay and then don't register. Don't just register and not pay. You're not going to receive a confirmation email. If you've done both, you should have received both. You should have received your confirmation email already. And if you haven't, hit me up and we can get that situation taken care of as well. So with that said, really quick, let's get to all of the festivities that we'll be partaking in this year. You guys already know what it is, but just in case you don't, let's go through it quickly. So we have the 12th annual Soul Survivor Pool this year. This is a pool that is near and dear to my heart because it's the longest running LTN exclusive on this channel. It was the first thing that I did. It's the thing that I've done every single year. And unfortunately, and it's sad to say this, I have not won. I haven't even been close to winning. That's the part that is really mind-numbing for me, is not that I haven't won. These things are very volatile. If you've participated in them or any survivor pool, not just this one, but any survivor pool in general, then you know how volatile these pools can be. You're in 1 second and you're feeling great about what you've done, and then just like that, you're out the next. So I haven't won, but what makes me even more upset is I haven't even been close. Like, I haven't even been in the final, like, 3 people left. I think the closest I've ever come was like maybe the final 5 or 6. I've never gotten to the last 3 people in the survivor pool. I've never really been close. So I'm locked in this year, man. I say that, and with my luck, I'll probably get eliminated in week 1. So whatever the case may be, I feel really good. Survivor pool, $20 to get you in. Fill out the registration form. All of the links that you need are down in the description, also on my X profile page. So check that out. It's pinned to the top. So everything that you need all throughout the season will be pinned to the top of my X profile page. It'll also be in the description of all of these videos, the kickback videos that we'll be doing every Tuesday night throughout the season. It'll be there as well. So you'll have access to all of these things throughout the season. And we have a lot of fun with the Survivor Pool. And hopefully we can get people to sign up and get it back to where it was last year. I think we were over $1,000 last year on both the Survivor and Winners and Losers league. So looking to see if we can get that done again. It was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that we can go ahead and get that done again. So if you haven't done it, again, what are you waiting for? Get off the bench, get in the game, and be a part of the action. Sign up. A wise man once told me, don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Okay. So that's the Soul Survivor Pool. $20 registration fee, either on Cash App or PayPal. Winners and Losers, the big granddaddy of them all in terms of the length, the amount of participation and effort that it takes. This is not for everyone. And I will make sure that I say that, right? Because I'm not looking to take your $25 and then you're done by week 5, because it's a season-long commitment. All of these leagues are, for the most part, except for the weekly pick'em pool, which makes that a bit unique. But the Soul Survivor Pool, as long as you're in it, you need to be sending picks, right? Because once you get eliminated, you're done. With this, there is no eliminating, right? You could be the worst person in the league, but if you want to keep sending your picks in, do so. I would advise you to. Quitting is not an option, right? But it's 18 weeks of sending in picks. If you're not built for that marathon, then don't sign up for this, okay? And I get it. Life happens. And I understand sometimes you forget. And you talk to anybody that's played in the league, they'll tell you I'm pretty lenient. As long as you get your picks in a timely manner. Look, if you miss Thursday night, you just got to take an L. You can understand that, but you can still send me the rest of your Sunday picks, right? But don't, try to remember, even if you have to set yourself an alarm to remember to send your picks in, don't forget to send your picks in. Don't take an L on a Thursday night when it's unnecessary. It might be an easy game. No need to lose. Look, we had two people tie and split the pot. The difference could be I didn't submit my Thursday night picks one week, and I had to take an L on a game that was a blowout, and we knew who was going to win, and you end up tying with someone, or you end up losing by a game. Don't let that be you, right? Get your picks in on time. But this is an 18-week commitment. Not everybody's built for that marathon. It's not a sprint, right? It's a marathon. So if that's not you, don't sign up. But if you think you've got what it takes to outlast the best of the best, and I think personally, the best of the best prognosticators live here on the Louie T Network and play in this league. This is the elite league here. All right. Making selections week after week. There was some ridiculous stat lines last year. We've gone through it. I'm not rehashing that, okay? I took the L last year. I've talked about all the dudes that killed it last year and all the people that had these percentages. Nobody hit 70 last year, which is outrageous. I did that twice. The 2 years that I won, I hit over 70%, which is insane, right? But I wasn't even close. I barely hit 60 last year. The goal is to be over 62% of the picks. A lot of you, I think, not a lot of you, some of you did that last year, including the guys that ultimately won. I think the first, second, the two that tied for first, second, third, and I think the person that was in fourth, all were up over 62% last year. But whatever the case may be, it's a lot of work, a lot of time and investment from the participants, but it's well worth it because it's a lot of fun. And there's nothing like sitting on your couch or going to a bar or wherever you are, watching the games, taking in the action on a Sunday, and rooting for teams that you have no rooting interest for other than, hey, I picked them on my sheet and I need to get this dub, right? It adds a little bit of extra incentive when you're watching on Sunday. Watching that little ticker at the bottom, seeing a team scored a touchdown and you're like, come on, man, the hell are y'all doing, Indianapolis? Like, it adds a little extra drama to the festivities. And I can't say that I'd have it any other way, right? So if this is you, what are you waiting on? This league is for you. Sign up, registration form down in the description below, also on X, pinned to the top of my profile page. $25 to get you in. Pay via PayPal or Cash App. Once you do both of those things, you should receive a confirmation email letting you know that you're locked in. Last year we had well over $1,000. I think it was like $1,400 or something like that, because I think the two that split it ended up, I think both leagues, the Soul Survivor and the Winners and Losers, were split. I think Soul Survivor was 14 and the Soul Survivor was 12, I think, 12 something, and the Winners and Losers was 14 something, or I might have it reversed, but either way, so it was a good amount. It was the highest we've ever had, and I'm hoping to eclipse those levels this year. Even if we don't eclipse those levels, at least get it up over $1,000, right? Make it worth our while. You should be seeing the championship strap here any day now. I'm expecting it to arrive. The color we're going with this year is the white championship strap. You'll see it hanging up in the back. You know how I like to do. Show you what's on the line, almost like a ladder match. Somebody's got to climb up there and unstrap the belt and pull it down, and it's theirs, right? Somebody's going to do that after 18 weeks of grueling NFL action. Somebody's going to climb up there, grab the strap, and make it theirs. This guy right here. it's gonna be me. But we'll see who happens, who is able to get it done and what happens. But I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be me. I'm ready. Coach, put me in. I'm ready. Right. So let me see if I got one more for you guys. I don't think I do. No, I don't. So the next time we speak, I'll have the weekly pick'em pool also here, and letting you guys know that the portal's open for that as well. And the weekly pick'em pool, just so you know, just so I can put this bug in your ear, the weekly pick'em pool is $7 per sheet. I take 2 off the top, and so it's $5, you know, that you're paying to get in essentially, and then that's a weekly payout. So the more people that play in the weekly pick'em, the more money that it is. And again, I'll explain the rules there. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory, and straightforward. But that's a weekly payout. So unlike the winners and losers league, this is, you know, a sprint. Literally 1 week, get in there and see what you get. Like I remember last year, I was just so off last year. It's a rough year last year. I remember Rich jumped in. I think it was his first time getting in the weekly pick'em pool, you know, and Rich did really well in the winners and losers league. I think that was his first year jumping in the league last year, and so he tried his hand at the weekly pick'em pool like a random week, like week 9. He just jumped in and he won. And I hadn't won up until that point yet. So you imagine I was pissed. Like, did this clown just get in here and win and get out? And, you know, I always tell people, if you win the weekly pick'em pool, all that I ever ask, because I'm playing every week. So if I win, you're gonna get a chance to win your money back. All I ever ask is, if you win the weekly pick'em pool, give me a chance to win my money back. Don't win your money and run, right? Rich won and ran with his bread. I wasn't mad, but I let him know, you've been cursed. And I put that kibosh on his ass, and Rich was down bad for like the next 2 weeks. And then he had to come back. He's like, all right, I'm back in. I'm gonna give you a chance to win your money. And then after that, the kibosh was removed. He started picking well again. So look, please don't make me act ugly. You know, God don't like ugly. I don't want to act ugly, but if you don't adhere to the unwritten rules, you too must pay. Okay. So understand that it's not a game over here, man. We play for keeps over here. So if you win, I need a chance to win my money back. Okay. And obviously I don't win every week, but I was really hot last year because I hadn't won at all. Normally I get a win early, like weeks, you know, 2, 3, 4, somewhere in there. I get one of those weekly pick'em wins early. I got nothing last year until like week 12. I didn't win my first one until like week 11 or 12 last year. It was crazy, right? It was crazy. So that's a lot of fun too. And it's quick money, unlike the winners and losers league or soul survivor, where you're going to probably have to wait well into the season. The weekly pick'em is immediate money. You win that week, you get your money that week, right? So anyway, I digress. Rich, I'm looking at you said I paid and filled out both forms and didn't receive an email. I'm looking at both of the emails I sent to you right now. I sent yours. I'm gonna tell you the date so you can go look it up in your email. I sent out your email on the 2nd of August, Rich. Both of your emails out on August 2nd. So check your spam, check your, different inboxes. It should be in there. I'll even tell you the email, that I sent it on. I sent it. Let me see. I ain't gonna put your email out there. Just know I sent it to you on August the 2nd. I'm looking at the emails right now. So you should have that in your inbox. But if you don't see it, feel free to hit me up. I can resend it. It's not a big deal. Like I said, I have everybody's email that I've sent out. I'm staring at all of them right now because I have a specific box that I've set up in my email for just the registration forms that have been filled out to send out the information to people who have paid and filled out the registration form. So you should have gotten both of your emails on the 2nd of August. Let's see. NES Tecmo says, just saw episode 3, was screaming at my TV. You don't need judo, you got Booker. I was saying to myself, you got a stud that you just drafted in the 4th round, bro. You don't need Matthew Judon. You got a dog already. He's young, he's a puppy. And maybe that's why they wanted to go out and get Judon, because they were looking for an old grizzly, bulldog. But you got a pit right here, a young puppy pit. You just got to mold him, right? You just got to teach that young fella. Once you teach him up, he's going to be just fine. Commissale Brown, right? This was my first year in, so just keep the piss cup away from me, LOL. Hey, I can't make you any promises. I cannot make you any promises. You got to keep the piss cup away from yourself, okay? That is your obligation, not mine. You got to make picks that will keep you away from being pissy on Tuesday. So don't let it be you, because we show no mercy. We go the Captain Insano route. Captain Insano shows no mercy. We go the Captain Insano route. We show no mercy over here, man. So just make sure you're making picks that put yourself in a position where you don't have to endure the wrath of the league, because everybody's going to come at you when you get the piss cup, right? First of all, everybody's looking to dodge the piss cup. So if you didn't have a good week, your brow is sweating because you're like, is it me? Is it me? And then once you realize it ain't you, you go, right? Then you turn your attention to the person that did get the piss cup. And either there's a sense of, hey, man, that was almost me, or, hey, you trash, right? Either way, if they don't tell you you trash, I'm going to tell you you trash for getting the piss cup. So just understand that at the end of the day, that's how this usually operates. So again, last go round for today. We're going to do this again next week, because next week will be the last call. I lied. I'll probably have one like the day before registration closes, that Wednesday before we close up shop. But I'll probably have 1 or 2 more of these where call to action. If you haven't signed up, sign up. You've got time, right? I don't want to make it seem like, you're running out of time and, it's urgent right now. Urgent, emergency. I'm not telling you it's urgent right now, but like tick, 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 tick. The clock is ticking. It's August 21st. Before you know it, it'll be September 1st, right? Don't let it be you. Don't be the guy or the gal that sends your information in, that registers at the very last minute. Look, better late than never, right? So I'm not saying that I wouldn't appreciate it if you signed up in the 25th hour, but that's just more work for me, right? Now you got me scrambling at the end. Do the kid a solid, sign up early so we can get all of this stuff set up nice and early. All right. Anyway, no Joda hat. It's not against the spread. You just picking winners. Straight up. Straight up. All right. You just picking winners. So it's like straight money line, essentially. You don't have to worry about how much they're winning by. None of that. Just picking winners. It sounds easy. When people ask me, is it against the spread? No, it's not. Oh, this is easy. Okay, then get in here and show us how easy it is. You'll find out real quick. It's not as easy as you think, right? It's not as easy as you think. Banger 75 says, I want to play, but I'm not going to lie. I'm going to want to pick the Commanders every week. LOL. A couple of weeks of them losing and you picking them, taking L's for no reason, and that'll change your tune real quick. I do have a guy, my guy. I don't know if he played last year, but he used to play every year. Oh man, why am I blanking on his name? Man. Oh shucks. Oh man, I don't know why I'm blanking on my guy's name, and that's my dog too. He's a Cardinals fan. Um, he picks the Cardinals every week. He doesn't care. Even the years where the Cardinals was winning like 3-4 games, he picks them every single week. And I used to say, "Yo, you'll never win, bro." And he almost won. He was that was the year I was giving out awards. He was the MVP of the league that year, but he lost at the end. He was leading for like probably 11. There were only 17 weeks then. He probably led for like 11 or 12 of the 17 weeks, and then he lost it at the end. But you can't be picking your team every week if your team sucks. And not that we suck, but there are going to be weeks where you're like, yeah, probably not going to win that game. You're feel free, knock yourself out to pick the Commanders every single week, because there are going to be some weeks when we don't think they're going to win, and they're going to win some games we don't think they're going to win, 1 or 2 of them this season. And so you might be on the right side, but you're going to lose more doing that if the team, because again, if you pick them every week and they go 7-10, that means you lost 10 times when you don't have to necessarily. So anyway, Joe the Hat says, you don't do cards anymore? Nah. So I think when I move, I might pick it back up. But what I realized with cards, very quickly, I may add, is it costs money. Cards cost money, right? And and a lot of times the juice ain't worth the squeezing, right? So it's fun, and if you have disposable income, then that's something that I would love to do if I have disposable income. I just don't have the disposable income because I'm on a mission, and I got tunnel vision right now, laser light focus on the task at hand, and so I don't have any extra money to spend on cards right now. But just know, in the background, I'm still buying cards here and there. I had a big hit. I had a Wimby out of the select, a white Wimby, numbered to like 199 or something like that. So that was my best hit here recently. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going hard in the paint like I used to, and I'm not doing the videos, obviously. So Joe the Hat says, truth, I'm all about repacks more than retail. I thought about doing repacks, like doing my own repacks. I think I could do it really good. It just takes a lot of time. And I feel like when I get my own office, my big office space that I'm working towards, I might be able to do repacks and sell them, because I got a lot of cards that I'm trying to get rid of. And I think I got some good cards that, people will really like. So anyway, Casper the Barbarian says, you play fantasy football? No, I don't. I've explained this a bunch of times, but I'll explain it again. I don't play fantasy football because I feel like there's a conflicting interest. There's a conflict of interest playing fantasy football. I'm competitive. I've told you guys this. You know this if you've been a part of any of these leagues or pools or any of this stuff. I'm super competitive. So you're asking me, if I build my team, I need my team to win and perform for me. I have to remove my bias to root for an individual player so that my team does well. Case in point, I don't want to have to root for Malik Neighbors to shred the Commanders, but we still win the game, because generally those things don't go hand in hand. If Malik Neighbors goes for 8 and 230 like DJ Moore did against us last year in 3 tubs, the Commanders are gonna lose the game. Hey, my fantasy team did well though. I don't give a shit about my fantasy team. I want the Commanders to win. Okay, and that's the problem that I have, is that if I have a fantasy team that I put together, and fantasy is a lot of work, by the way. It's not just, hey, I'm just gonna throw these guys. Like, you got to do your homework there too. So it's extra work on top of it. But that doesn't bother me, because I do a lot of the work, the legwork anyway. So that wouldn't, I wouldn't be doing extra work. I'm already watching all the games. I already know these players. I already feel good about what guys can and can't do. So I think I would kill it in that regard. My problem is it's a conflict of interest. You're asking me to root against certain teams, or, asking me to root for a player, and I just can't do it, right? And I'm not going to stay away from certain players because I know they play against my team. I'm not going to bench a guy that I think can help me because they're playing against my team. And so it's just too many conflicts of interest. So no. I just, if I'm gonna play something, if I'm gonna be involved in something, I want to win. And I know me, and again, know thyself. I know how I operate, and I can't bring myself to root for my player to shred my team so that my fantasy team can win, but my favorite team loses. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I can't do it. You know, I see people do it all the time. Hey, man, I want Christian McCaffrey to run for $150 and 3 touchdowns against the Commanders, but we still win. How the hell is McCaffrey going to score 3 touchdowns, but we still win the game? Does that even make sense? Come on, it doesn't make sense. That's not realistic. If we're giving up 3 touchdowns to one dude, the likelihood is we lost that game. I don't want to lose the game. So, yeah. Somebody said you still go to bed a winner regardless. Yeah, I would much rather go to bed with the Commanders being a winner, because if they win, I win. Okay. I can't do it. You're not wrong though. You're not wrong, but yeah, that's almost like hedging your bet, right? But that's not a good hedge for me. That's not a happiness hedge. You know, I'd need the Commanders to win, but then my team would lose and I'm still not happy. So JLG says fantasy eases the pain of Commanders losing, to be honest. Maybe it does for some people. It wouldn't ease my pain at all. It doesn't ease my pain at all. So, but that's good. I'm glad that it serves as therapy for some of you. I'm glad that helps. So y'all know what it is. Sign up. All right. As a wise man said, and I said this earlier in the show, don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. If you haven't signed up, if you plan on participating in any of the LTN exclusives, please, by all means, don't hesitate. Be great today. Sign up. All right. Links are in the description of this video, also pinned to the top of my profile page on X. So $25 registration fee for Winners and Losers League, $20 registration fee for the Sole Survivor Pool. Fill out the registration form, pay your registration fee. You should receive an email from me confirming that you are locked in and I have received your form and your money. So looking forward to more of you signing up. We have, I think, maybe 20 to 25 participants in each thing right now. Sole Survivor Pool, Winners and Losers League. So we want to get those numbers up. I want to double those numbers, get them up into the 50 range. Once you get into the 50 range, then you know you've hit $1,000. So trying to get up into that 50 range. So let's get going, people. Sign up if you want to be a part of the action. Again, get off the bench and get in the game. All right. Are you scared? Put your money where your mouth is. You feel like you're better than me and the rest of the people out there that are going to be participating? Get in the game. Don't talk about it, be about it. So look forward to chopping it up with you guys again. If you've already done everything you need to do, then I'm not talking to you. You're ready. You're locked and loaded. You're ready to go. Once again, if you have not received an email from me, but you have submitted your registration and your fee or fees, hit me up and we can get that situation rectified. Most of you just need to check your emails. Okay, because again, I've sent out emails to everybody, but even if you didn't get it, I have no issues resending the email. Okay, so that's going to do it for me, your man Louie T, here on this call to action. Get off the bench, get in the game. LTN exclusives coming at you, 2024 edition. Should be a lot of fun. Don't miss out. I'll see you guys next time. God bless. If you're a Commanders fan, I'll see you tonight. Take care.